Okay, so my name's Lisa and I'm a doctor's assistant on the surgical assessment unit.
And my name is Hannah. I'm one of the doctors. I work with the upper GI team, but I also cover on calls on Stonehouse, Wolf and the surgical assessment unit.
So, you actually created this idea of making gift packages for everybody, and I thought this was such a beautiful idea. I wanted to be involved. So, between us, we have been making hundreds of packages from donations from businesses across the city, and just turning them into little gifts to deliver to just about everybody.
So it's a bit of beg, borrow and steal from as many people as possible. So lots of donations from people, local businesses. We've even had some new donations recently. So one of them is a local dog walker that's offered to give us vouchers to hand out for when, to walk people's dogs, which is lovely. The dermatology department have recently got in contact with you.
Big national businesses have been very helpful, places like House of Fraser and Lush, and EE. And even down to sort of new local businesses like the dog walking business. Everyone's been really kind, and I think we're really lucky that we know that the publics are very appreciative and very supportive, but we wanted to do something in-house to give back to people that are actually having to live this a little bit more on the front line than maybe. What I like about it is just seeing everyone smile, and they say, and that people have gone, do you know, I really needed this. And you don't think, when you look inside it, I always think, it's not much that we can offer them really, but it's just enough for them to go, oh, they haven't forgotten us.
It's helping people to know their worth. I think that's what I would say. People knowing that they're appreciated, and even if whatever they're doing is the simplest thing, like helping with deep cleaning or the Warren's lady serving us coffee, that's all part of the team, and they all deserve to be thanked. And it's a shame it doesn't happen actually more often. So we're hoping to bring that back and just kind of continuing that be kind, continuing that spread the joy, and as we said in our interview before, kind of continuing to smile even when it's really hard, because we've got patients to look after and we've got to keep going and we've got to carry on.
I know, and Hannah said we did not realise quite how many colleagues we had until we started doing this. There are places in this hospital and corners that we didn't even know existed, and we want to get to absolutely everybody. So we are always grateful for any donations received from anybody, and anything helps at all, whether it's a pen, is because everyone loves pens, are always very, very helpful. And we've given out almost 500
bags,
and we've probably still got more than twice that to go.
And we've also started, or Lisa started, a Just Giving page, and that's so some of the money's come from our Derriford Doctors Mess, but we'd also like that if anyone feels, any members of the public or staff that would like to donate, because it also helps you feel like you're doing something, and I think that's a nice feeling. We'll use that money and we'll make sure that it gets spread across the whole hospital, so it's not just for one professional, it's for everyone.
So the money goes towards sort of buying the bags that the gifts go in, things like that, because we have been donated some, we won't be donated probably nearly 2,000, so it's things like that, that money that's donated goes directly back to the staff, as whether it's tea and coffee and Warren's or gift bags. So sometimes I call a night shift if there's a free coffee. People really love that, and we can do that sort of thing. We've got that money to put into that. So that's what we're doing with it, just doing things locally to benefit everybody. If a cleaner wants a coffee, they can have one. If a consultant needs a coffee, they can have one.
Hashtag one big team.
Absolutely.
No, I think there's a couple of things. So I asked, there's quite a few junior doctor groups, and I just asked them actually, is there anything they wanted to be said? And I think one, it's thank you to everyone that's been so wonderful. And I think the second thing is actually, and it's a separate note, is that at the moment we still need blood donations, and I think everyone amongst COVID has kind of forgotten about that. And so I think I'd urge you, if you still can donate blood, it'd be really important. That's something that you could do. And that was one of the messages that one of the doctors on our group said they'd like to be put forward. So I think that's one of my things, definitely.
There's still traumas coming in, there's still babies being born, so it's
life goes on.
It's really important that we still keep those services going despite people's very real fear of of things. You know, we need to keep that up. It'd be nice if, you know, especially from a, not so much a doctor perspective, from a nursing and sort of wider team perspective, you know, that Just Giving page is there because we don't have a mess, we don't pay into that, and it's sort of our way of saying, right, let's give back a bit, pay into this pot, because we don't have one, so this is our pot to put into and then give back out of it. So that's what I made it for.
And I think the next plan ideally would be that every hospital in the UK does this, which is quite a big ask, but I think we can do it. I think that we've started something, so let's keep going with it. And I hope, I've had a few people contact me from different hospitals across the southwest and Wales as well. And I think if there's anyone that wants to contact me and ask me about how they can set it up in their own hospital, then let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, we have actually, the areas we've covered is quite big at the moment. So to list the ones we started off with, A&E, intensive care, MEV, Braunton. We've done the assessment units, so surgical assessment and both medical assessment units.
Because I think we wanted to try and start at the places that were kind of affected the most at first.
And the
so all those
entry.
Yes, all the entries into the hospital. Obviously, maternity is our next port of call as well. But things like the assessment units where people are coming directly into the hospital are kind of hit first.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I received a lovely email from one of the microbiology teams in the hospital that wanted to shout out for her team because they're often locked away. They're currently testing and doing all the COVID samples, and it's really important they don't get forgotten. And I think she called them the COVID molecular heroes. Anyway, I thought it was brilliant. And she also had another catchphrase. I think it was Zero Hero.
Yeah, the serology. Yeah, Zero Heroes, serology heroes. Yeah, because they're having to turn around these samples in 4 hours, and it's a big ask. And without them, we would not be able to continue this fight. So we
went and visited them today.
Yeah, we took 50, was it?
50 bags.
50 gifts we took and handed them out, and they were so impressed. But we didn't want them to be forgotten while they're away, you know, doing probably one of the most important jobs at the moment.
Everyone's playing their part. I think that's it, yeah. And we just want to keep going. So anything that anyone can do to help us continue this, spread some joy, spread a smile, do something kind, that would be wonderful. So thank you.